You are such a loser, you know that? You're 35 years old and still living with mom and dad. How pathetic is that? Don't you have any shame in telling people that you're still living with your parents?
What the hell? Why are you saying all these things to me?
Because it's the truth. Most people would have left their parents' house by now and found someone to share their life with. Or at least have a family of their own by your age. But you? You don't have anyone or anything. You are just wasting your life away at home. You need to get your act together. Being ugly is hard enough, but being ugly and alone? That's just sad. I don't know how you can stand living such a miserable life.
Wow, you're really something else. What's gotten into you? What did I ever do to you to deserve this? You have no right to judge me or tell me how to live my life. I'm happy with the way things are. Thank you very much. You can do whatever you want with your life. Just leave me out of it.
Oh, please. Don't play dumb with me. What are you implying?
You're the one who should be asking yourself that. You're the one who hooked up with a married man and had a kid with him. Who are you to lecture me about anything? Have you forgotten how his wife found out about your affair and sued you for everything you had? And the scandal that followed? You're the one who should be ashamed of yourself. Stop meddling in my life! You threw everything away when you ran off with that jerk. And what did you get in return? Nothing but the same bitter and hateful attitude as always. You have no clue what it means to live a decent life.
Oh, come on. I was just trying to help you out and give you some advice. What's with hostility? Can't you appreciate that I care about you?
Cut the crap and tell me what you want. I know you're not here for nothing. If you don't have anything useful to say, don't bother me again. I have a life, contrary to what you think. Do you realize how much damage you did to us?
All right. I do have a reason for contacting you. I know I messed up and I'm sorry. The thing is, I just got divorced and stuff. You know how things go.
What? You finally dumped that scumbag of yours? Good riddance.
Right? I'm glad you agree, but the divorce took a toll on me. I quit my job when we got married. I don't have any money now, you see. I had to get away from him, though. Married life was a nightmare, you know?
What a brilliant decision. What about your kid?
What do you think? Troy is the cash, so we let him have the kid. No big deal. I can't afford to raise a child now. Besides, I want to get married again. And it's not a good look to bring a kid on a date. So, the thing is, I'm thinking of moving back with you guys. I mean, it's the best option for me right now. I just wanted to give you a heads up, so you won't freak out when I show up at your door.
You must be out of your mind. There's no way in hell you're moving back here. Mom and Dad would never agree to it.
Look, I don't have a choice. I got divorced and kicked out, so I'm homeless right now. I have to start over, and there's so many things to deal with. I'm losing it trying to cope up with everything. I just need to crash with you guys for a while to sort things out.
Don't make me laugh, Phoebe. You have no right to barge in here. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. Don't you realize how much damage you did to everyone?
Of course I do. I'm not an idiot, you know. It's just that I owe almost $50,000 and I have no other options. It's not like I planned for things to turn out this way.
Do you remember how often we had to call the cops the last time you were here? All the neighbors questioned us every time it happened. They'll definitely start gossiping about you again. There's no chance Mom and Dad will let you come back here.
But come on, I'm sure Mom and Dad miss me. It's been so long. I know, I caused a lot of drama and trouble and stuff, but that's all behind us. I'm sure we've all moved on from that.
What do you mean moved on from that? Do you have any idea how much pain you actually caused everyone? Mom was sobbing her heart out for ages.
But Dad adored me so much. I'm sure he's forgiven me by now.
I doubt that. You put him through hell. I don't think anyone has erased the nightmare you made us live. But you're right. Both Mom and Dad spoiled you rotten. I never understood it. All anyone ever talked about when we were kids was how adorable you were.
I know, they always got me all the best stuff. They never said no to me. They even sent me the fancy schools that all my friends went to.
Yeah, I remember. Thanks a lot. But they're not the naive parents that we knew. They've seen through your lies and manipulations. Mom and Dad have given up on you. They're not going to tolerate your nonsense anymore.
Well, maybe deep down, they're dying to have me back. Either way, I'm moving back in. You better get my room ready, okay?
Hey, put all your stuff in storage, alright? You better come back and clean up your stuff, okay?
What do you mean put my stuff in storage? Why would you do that?
Haven't you heard? Phoebe's coming back home. She just called me to tell me.
No, wait, are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I moved some of your stuff. Are you still using Phoebe's room right now? You know, when Phoebe comes back, she won't have a place to sleep. Maybe you should take this opportunity to move out on your own. That will be a positive thing.
Oh, wait a second now. Are you serious, Mom? You're seriously trying to clear out my room for Phoebe. You're okay with her coming back to live at home. You know she cheated with a married man, right? Have you forgotten how much trouble she caused everyone?
Of course. I remember everything. I still can't believe that girl decided to get involved with that man. It's so disrespectful. I remember very well how much money we had to spend taking care of all the fallout and the rumors. Everyone in the neighborhood knows about all of this. But still, we can't just abandon her, can we?
What are you talking about? How can you forget how mad we were all at her? You even said that you were going to cut ties with her. You all said you would never talk to her again. So how could you be thinking of letting her back into the house?
I know, but still, we're still her parents. We're not just going to give up on her like that.
Are you freaking serious?
She's really a good girl. You know that. She's going down her own path. I know she struggled a bit getting kicked out of college and all, but still, she's a good girl. The truth is, she's still the same sweet and lovely girl she was before. Getting a divorce means she has probably returned to her old self. I'm sure of it.
What are you saying? Do you really think that a sweet and lovely girl would just up and abandon her own kid? You know she's just planning to leave the kid with her ex and just come back home. You're going to be an accessory to that?
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. With a divorce, she can start fresh and reset everything. I'm sure she's learned her lesson and will return to the sweet little girl we all know.
Did you hit your head or something?
Elena, relax. You need to relax. We think this can be a fresh start for everyone. That's why we think it's a good idea for you to move your stuff and get your own place, okay? Our little Phoebe's coming back to us soon. I don't want any conflicts or misunderstandings, you know. And when she comes back, we won't need your help around here anymore.
Excuse me?
Well, you know, when Phoebe went on her little spree and got married to that man, we appreciate you stepping up to help us out. While we recover from our financial burden that put us under, you were just what we needed at that time. We thought that we would even be happy with you living with us and helping out. And we were. But with Phoebe coming back, you can get back to your own life. I think we're going to be fine without you. LOL.
Wait just a second, Mom. What am I supposed to do? You're just gonna throw me out after all I've done?
Don't you want to move on with your own life now? We all need to keep growing. You can't just stay here and be content, you know?
You know, ever since we were kids, all you did was dote on Phoebe. You never paid any attention to me. The moment she left home, you called and begged for my help. I can't believe I fell for that. You're doing it again now. Now that she's back, you're kicking me to the curb. What kind of mother are you?
It's not like we have much of a choice, do we? I mean, Phoebe needs our help. And you are so much more responsible than her. It's time for you to find your own road.
All you wanted was for me to be responsible and help out as much as possible, and I did that. You never allowed me to have a boyfriend, or have any friends, or even leave the house. You always said that you never wanted me to end up like Phoebe. Now look at the result. It's almost comical. We both should be treated equally. You should not be okay with kicking me out like this when Phoebe comes crawling back.
You should stop complaining all the time. Just be quiet and find a new place of your own, okay? I just put your stuff in storage for you. You should be happy I helped you out. We'll need that space for Phoebe's stuff, though. So be sure to move it all once you find a place. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Just do what you won't do for yourself. You're a good person, a responsible person. You shouldn't be living with your parents any longer.
Hey sis, what are you up to? It's been something like 7 years, but your cute little sister has come home. I'm staying with mom and dad from now on. Like we talked about the other day.
What, you're already here?
Well, mom and dad told me that I can come whenever I want. So I put it off and I'm available to come now. Also, my bedroom was all set up and all to come back as soon as possible.
I see. After all you said about breaking off your relationship with mom and dad like that, I see how nothing has changed.
I know, right? Isn't that great? And on top of all that, I managed to get you kicked out to make room for me. Hilarious! I heard all about what happened from Mom. I'm actually surprised I'm not the one that's causing trouble these days. I mean, why else would they kick you out? Just when you were comfortable with feeling loved by Mom and Dad? I guess that was short-lived. Oh, I'm so sorry. They're treating you like some commoner. You must be so unfair. I feel so sorry for you.
Your sarcasm bleeds through the screen. I hope you realize I don't have the patience to put up with you. You really think that I'm just getting what I deserve, don't you?
Well, I guess you can say that, but to be completely honest with you, it's really about time that Mom and Dad kicked you out of my room. You know, being 35 years old and still living at home, reloading from your parents? How pathetic! Really sad, sis. You gotta admit.
Are you freaking joking me?
I do really feel bad for you in your situation. I wish we could come up with a better way to make things work. Too bad there isn't a place for you anymore. You suck to be a loser.
It's fine, you can say and feel whatever you like. My boyfriend has a few extra rooms in his penthouse apartment, so I'm gonna stay with him.
You're such a freaking liar. I'm not just saying random things to get under your skin. This is pitiful for a miserable 35 years old woman to talk about living in some luxury apartment with a non-existent boyfriend. Leave your little fairy tales to your non-existent kids.
Tell Mom thanks for leaving all of my stuff in storage. It was nice of her to save me some time. My boyfriend's coming to pick me up, so I won't be there much longer.
Well, you can come and visit anytime you like. You're always welcome. Gosh, this is still talking about your made-up boyfriend. Just as pathetic as anything gets. Really. You might want to go to a doctor about your delusions. Pretty creepy, you know? Wait a sec. There's a Porsche parked in front of her house, now. super nice.
Yeah, can you see me waving at you from the window? That's a pretty sweet ride, isn't it? It's actually mine. I just don't drive it that much.
What are you talking about?
My boyfriend bought one for each of us the other day. His is red, mine is pink. It's so inconvenient finding parking around the city, but we thought it was such a nice car. We just couldn't help ourselves.
Wait, just a second. That Porsche sitting outside is really yours? Like your personal car? Like you own it? And so that dude that came out of the car? He's carrying some of your luggage from the house.
Okay, well, I think I have all the things I need. You can have whatever I left. I'll just buy new stuff. If you don't want it, just throw it out or donate it. Whatever you want. I'll see you around, sis. I hope you have a nice life.
Wait, where are you going? What are you going to do? Where are you taking that Porsche to?
Well, for now, I'm gonna drop off my luggage at my boyfriend's house. Remember, it's the penthouse suite downtown. Then I'll have to go shopping and buy a new wardrobe and replace the stuff I just gave to you. I've got a lot to do today. I wasn't planning on any of this, but I guess I sure do deserve it.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? My ugly sister actually has a real Porsche and a rich boyfriend? You don't understand what is going on. You're literally moving into a penthouse apartment?
I am. I actually had some of my stuff there already from when I'd stay with Rick. But you know, I'll be living there full time now. Why do you seem so flustered, Phoebe? I really don't have time for this. I have a new life waiting for me.
You're leaving in a Porsche and heading to some penthouse suite. How wealthy is this man of yours? Since when were you able to find such a catch?
Oh, none of that makes any difference, does it? Life is mysterious. What can I say? And just to let you in on another secret, yes, my boyfriend is wealthy, but he's not the only one. I make well over 6 figures myself. If I wanted to buy the Porsche, I easily could have paid in cash.
Where is all this coming from? You never told me about that.
It doesn't make a difference. I work hard and my boyfriend works hard. We're a great couple.
What are you talking about? So, let me get this straight. Your man is not only wealthy, but you also make over 6 figures? Mom and Dad never told me anything like that. Mom is right next to me and she's saying she had no idea either.
Oh, Mom is reading my messages too?
She says that she didn't even know that you had a boyfriend. I'm starting to think that you're making things up. You probably hired some actor to come and pick you up or something.
All right, well, you can think whatever your little head wants to think up. I'm just glad Mom pushed me to do this. Now my boyfriend and I can live together full time. Thanks, Mom. You guys are more than welcome to think anything you want. If you think I'm lying, it makes no difference. But it's not like it's going to change anything in the end.
And we will. I assure you we will. You're going to fall for your tricks.
Now, do you understand why I didn't tell you guys anything? First, you wouldn't have believed me. And then once you did believe me, you probably would have done something to break us up. Worse yet, if I'd been open about my boyfriend and situation, I'm sure that you guys would have tried to use me. I guess I lucked out by keeping my mouth shut.
What's that supposed to mean?
I wasn't even supposed to have a boyfriend growing up. Do you think that Mom and Dad would have understood if I had told them that I had a boyfriend who was rich? I learned from a young age not to tell Mom and Dad anything, and I'm glad I never did.
What? Mom and Dad forbade you from having a boyfriend?
They sure did. They saw what you were doing and made my life that much more hellish. They suffocated me because of your actions. I guess it turned out for the best, though.
Did it?
I was apprehensive when Mom and Dad asked me to come live with them. When you took off with that guy, I was so close to actually refusing their invite. But I had thought maybe They changed their ways and would love me at least a little bit with you gone. I went back just like Mom and Dad wanted, but their new attitude towards me started to change really quick. Their grip on me grew stronger and their treatment of me became increasingly harsh as time went on. I started to regret my decision almost immediately.
Oh, Elena, I had no idea.
So, in a way, I might have been saved by you coming back. I wanted to get married soon anyway. Thank you for giving me the push to finally leave. Anyways, I gotta go. For everything.
What kind of daughter are you? How can you keep such a big secret from us? You have a great job and a rich boyfriend, and you never told us?
Before you start yelling at me, you'd better think about what you're saying. Do you know how hard it is for a child to hide her career and love life from her own parents?
Don't you dare talk back to me. What are you implying? Stop playing victim and send me the money you owe us for your overdue rent. We need at least $5,000 right now. Then, you can send us a couple thousand a month and we'll be even.
What are you talking about? I don't owe you anything. We agreed on this, and you and Dad said I didn't have to pay anything as long as I helped out with the chores and groceries.
You have money, so it's only fair to share it with your family, right? Your sister needs to get her life together, and you should help her out. You don't have much to spare to help her out. You have to support her as your sister. That's what family does. You take care of her financially. You give her a place to stay. That sounds reasonable to me.
I don't think so, Mom. I want nothing to do with this. I'm cutting you and the rest of the family off. I hate to do this, but it's the only way.
You think you can just cut us off?
I'm getting married soon and starting my own family. I can't afford to support Phoebe, and I don't want to.
You better be careful what you're saying. It's a very cruel and final thing you're saying here. You realize that, right?
I thought you didn't need me anymore since Phoebe came back. Weren't you the one who said that and threw me out? I did what you wanted, and you got Phoebe back in the house. You were done with me.
No. You misunderstood what I meant.
Oh, so it's my fault now, is it? I see, Mom. Don't bother to contact me again. I'm leaving. I hope the three of you have a wonderful life. I know I will.
I heard that you told Mom that you were cutting ties with all of us. Are you serious?
I am absolutely serious. I hope you have a wonderful time taking care of Mom and Dad. I won't be helping out anymore. It'll be completely up to you.
That's fine. I see where your priorities lie. You know that any inheritance will be all mine, right? I don't want to see you come running back when I get everything. You brought this on yourself.
I don't really need anything from them. And besides, those two don't have any inheritance to give away. You do know that the house and land are in my name, right?
What are you talking about? You're saying that Mom and Dad's house is in your name?
Oh, they must have forgotten to tell you. Remember when I said that their attitude towards me became more and more demanding the longer I was with them? Well, they wanted me to contribute to the household expenses and even pay for their debt and mortgage. They actually transferred their mortgage and deed to my name, so I would be responsible for everything.
What the heck?
I was planning to explain everything to you before all of this blew up, but I guess now is a good time, right? Since I am the owner of the house you are living in, I'm giving you two options. Either you leave my house immediately, or you buy the house from me. I don't care either way. Those are your options.
What? Wait a minute.
I wonder how much I should charge you to outright buy the house from me. What do you think is a good buyout price? Considering the living expenses I've been paying for while I was there, as well as other things. Oh, and taking into account your financial situation. How about, say, $100,000? That's actually far below the market value for your family, you know.
Are you joking? Do you really think I have $800,000 lying around? There's no way I can pay you anything now.
Maybe you can ask Mom and Dad to help you out. I'm sure they would love to help you out even more. I don't know how much savings they have, but I'll give them a special grace period of 1 week.
Wait a second. What are we supposed to do? I don't have any money.
So please decide whether to move out or buy the house during the next week. Just let me know soon, okay?
Come on, sis. Don't do this to us. Just think things over. We can't work it out. Can you just give the house back to Mom and Dad or even to me? Why do we have to pay for anything?
Because I paid for the house with my money and I own it. And the three of you always treated me like a piece of garbage. Now I own the house, and I will either evict you or you will buy it off of me. Those are the only two options on the table now. We all decided to cut ties. We're not family any longer. Sympathy isn't going to work with me.
Come on, sis. Don't do this now.
Okay, please give me your answer soon. If you don't have an answer by the end of next week, I'll just assume you've decided to leave. Thanks. Right before the deadline, I got a message from my parents and younger sister. They agreed to buy the family house for me for $800,000, using up all their savings and taking out a loan to pay the full price. The deal was done through lawyers and realtors, so I didn't have to face any of them after the sale. I felt a wave of relief knowing that I was finally free from my toxic family, and I heard that they're barely scraping by and living a miserable life. I felt a pang of sadness as I recalled all the happy times I had in that home with my family before they betrayed me. But that sadness faded fast when I learned that my parents and sister had no regrets for what they did and have been spreading lies about me to anyone who'd listen. They say that I was the one who deserted them and that they're better off without me. I was stung by their words, but deep down I knew that I had done the right thing by standing up for myself and getting out of that hellhole. Besides, no one believes them. Many people in the neighborhood think they're heartless for throwing me out, just to help out the good-for-nothing troublemaker who came crawling back in shame. As for me, I was happy with my choice to move in with my boyfriend and start a new page in my life. We're thrilled to begin our journey together, and we're already planning for our future.